Welcome to lesson 0.5. This is trigonometry, but hey, this time you get to use a calculator. And we're also going to do some graphs of trig functions. So we're going to start pretty easy. One quick mention really quickly right here. In calculus, we almost deal entirely with radians, so make sure your calculator is in radians, not degree. If it's in degree for the test, you're going to get a lot wrong, and that's always sad. So double and triple check your calculator is in radians. Once it's in radians, then you just have to type it in and see what you get. So you can type in A and B. For C, just remember that secant is 1 over cosine. So type all those in, pause the video, and we'll see what you get. Check your answers. Should have gotten those. Next, example 2. Now we're setting up SOHCAHTOA equations and then solving them. So what I want you to do, look at these, think SOHCAHTOA, and just set up the equation first. So we're going to label this opposite hypotenuse. This one is opposite the angle and adjacent to the angle. And then set up the equation. Don't solve it yet. Let's just check that you can set it up correctly. So pause the video and do that. Okay, should have gotten sine of 0.5 equals 5 over x for the first one. We know it's sine because we have the opposite side of our angle and the hypotenuse. So when I think SOHCAHTOA, so would be sine, opposite and hypotenuse. We know this one has to be tangent because we're using opposite and adjacent. SOHCAHTOA, so we need tangent. So then we set them up like that. Now we want to solve. There's a couple ways you can solve this one. The way I always learned from my teachers was multiply everything by x first, just so you can get the x out of the denominator, because we don't like it in there. Then we can divide by sine of 0.5 to get x by itself. And then you can type that into your calculator. You should get 10.429. For this one, we get rid of tan or sine or cosine by doing the inverse, because then they cancel. So then we get theta is the inverse tan of 2/5. Once again, just type that one into your calculator, and you should get 0.38. Or 0.381 if you round. But remember, you don't have to round. You can truncate, just cut off the decimal. Okay, that's everything for trig with a calculator. In the next video, we'll talk about graphing trig functions.